Hey guys, what's going on? Me-san here, and today I'm going to be talking about animation versus live action. Well, not so much versus live action, but uh, but basically what they both kind of have to offer and which can be more effective. So I just actually watched Isle of Dogs, written and directed by Wes Anderson. The story was came up. He came up with the story along with Jason Schwartzman, Roman Coppola, and somebody else as well. I just don't remember the name. So anyway, it's a great movie. It was actually Jason Schwartzman's. I said Jason Schwartzman. It's actually Wes Anderson's second movie that he made that was animated. Excuse me, guys. He used stop motion animation. Wes Anderson did, and his first stop motion animated feature film was, in fact, Fantastic Mr. Fox, which came out in 2009, and that was also a very good film as well. But I felt this, honestly, in my opinion, could be Wes Anderson's best feature film. Just it was just very interesting to watch. It just was so captivating. It kind of it wasn't terribly long, but it was just very interesting. It was simple, but it just worked really, really well. It just worked really, really well. It was very smart and different, and sometimes it was deliberately odd, but it was really funny and really, it's not really like I don't like well, I laughed out loud sometimes, but like it was really like, huh, that's good, that's really good. And it's cool to see him make these animated films. I really hope he makes more. Same thing with Tim Burton. Other live action American directors that made animated films would be like Steven Spielberg did Rin Tin Tin. I'm sorry, not Rin Tin Tin. The Adventures of Tintin. Richard Linklater did Waking Life and Scanner Darkly adaptation through rotoscoping. And then Brad Bird started out in animation, obviously, and he's returned there with Incredibles 2, which is coming out. I believe it's coming out this year, actually, or next one. It's coming out soon. I can't wait for that. But I really believe that for Wes, I think that animation is really where he excels at. And if he had been someone just did straight up animation all his life, he would be the West version of Miyazaki. Which is funny because he talked about how Miyazaki, ever since he did Fantastic Fox, he really looked into him. And you could really look at this movie and really see the Miyazaki influences in his work. And it really kind of felt like a Miyazaki. Not, it didn't really straight up feel like a Miyazaki film, but it had that Miyazaki spirit of fantasy and adventure and this simplistic late human character and simplistic relationships. Really, just all about connecting. You can kind of see that in his other films, like his most recent films, I should say, like Moonrise Kingdom, and after that, Grand Budapest Hotel. And it's really cool to actually look into that. Now, so why do I believe this is his best movie? He wasn't limited by reality. Wes Anderson is a very interesting director, and it's funny. This movie made me like him more than I already did. I liked him, but I would say I like directors more like as far as just on camera live action directors like Fincher, Stanley Kubrick, Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Woody Allen, Terrence Malick, Coen Brothers, Quentin Tarantino, people like that more than him. But I realized what it is that I believe that just on camera work just limits Wes Anderson. It's not allowing him to do what he needs to get done, which is being able to put the camera a certain way, having his artistic expression be fully realized, and he can make that happen with stop motion. And that's why he's able to create such beautiful work with stop motion animation. And I really, really can't wait to see how he brings this into his live action movies. And that's one of the interesting things about animation live action is being able to uh, impose reality. Because I've done both. I've done stop motion shorts and I've done live action shorts. In a stop motion short, you're creating a reality, while in live action shorts and live action feature films, you are working around reality and you have to, just bend to it. And it's actually funny. He mentioned working with, not working with, but learning about Miyazaki while he was doing his Fantastic Mr. Fox. When I did my first stop motion short, I was reading Miyazaki's book about essays called Starting Point, and him talking about how human legs operate really helped me out as well. And one of the things about this movie that really showed how animation can be a little bit more effective than live action is emotions. So, actors, as an actor, you have to be able to come up with that emotion constantly, take after take after take, and you're not always able to capture that magic. That's why I believe we go Google Gaga over these amazing emotional performances, because that's a lot of labor. And I mean, it's not like necessarily hard work per se, but it takes it takes effort. You got to be able to put yourself in that place. While in animation, yes, the actor is doing that too, but the facial expression is all the animator. Like you look at something from an anime called Sound Euphonium. I remember when the main character did this whole eyebrow raise. And I had to look at it again. It was just beautiful, beautiful because it looked so real. It was so subtle. Where most actors in real life would have that force. It's really hard to actually do something like that, which is one of the reasons why people love these little simplistic performances where a person just, he's doing these other things because and it feels real because it's so hard. That's actually pretty hard to accomplish in a meaningful way. In animation, you can really hone in on the emotion and express it visually with the characters in the background and the scenery, and Wesley takes advantage of that. I believe also he's able to combine his live action prowess with the way he uses his camera into this as well. I believe some of the best animated directors, be it Hayao Miyazaki, the late great Satoshi Kon, Makoto Shinkai, Brad Bird, Tim Burton to a certain extent, they were all able to basically put in these traits of live action into the anime world, and vice versa for like Tim Burton, Wes Anderson, and Brad Bird being able to take animation aspects and put in live action. Where you look at a movie like Ratatouille, and I remember watching it again a few years back, and it really shook me how beautiful the camera work was, and how he, even though fake camera work, at least in stop motion, I guess it's real camera work. They have to take it shot by shot, literally with their camera. But it really struck me in Ratatouille how he used his fake cinematography. It felt like a live action movie. And that's one of the reasons why Ratatouille, I believe, is one of Pixar's best feature films, because Brad Bird was at the helm, and he's a phenomenal director, obviously, as well. So I guess the cool thing about animation is that you can just realize more ideas, you can get more into emotion, and also you can really dig into the characters. Now, yes, there's celebrities in this movie. Edward Norton, Bryan Cranston was the lead star. There was Jeff Goldblum, Bill Murray, Greta Gerwig, Frances McDormand, Scarlett Johansson. But at the same time, you're not seeing them. And they do a great job, so you're really getting get into the character. Bryan Cranston did a phenomenal job in this, by the way. Great voice actor. The first voice role he did was he was the star of Macross Plus, actually. The Macross Plus dub, yes. And you can honestly just really see into the character better with animation versus live action. Unless you're watching Daniel Day-Lewis, it's hard to really forget that they're the actor is the actor. So I mean, yeah, you can do it after a little bit, but still, you're gonna be like, man, she's hot, Reese Witherspoon. I did that when I watched Big Little Lies. It's quite easy to do. But with animation, you're not doing that as much. You're really just honing in on who that character is and what they represent. But I digress. They both got their pros and cons in a sense. But I love them both. But I think animation is my favorite medium just because of all the possibilities that you have. You have the actual opportunity for perfection. So thank you all for listening to this. Please, this helps. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my web novel, Orange and Blue. Check out my Patreon page, please. I got a lot of great rewards on there. And I'll see you all next